What's going on, guys? Larry Hendrix here for GadgetGrizzly.com, and I do apologize ahead of time if I sound a little stuffy. I am coming down with the common cold, but there's no calling in sick, right? So the iPad 2 event just finished up, and I'm here to basically let you know what happened in the event, all the good, the bad, so on and so forth. Not a lot of bad, actually, pretty much no bad. So all good. Here we go. So start off with the iPad 2 hardware. It's actually 8.8 millimeters thick. I mean, the thing is super thin. It's actually 33% thinner than the standard iPad we have now, iPad 1. So that's actually a nice little improvement. So it should be a little easier to carry around, a little lighter, so on and so forth. From what we all expected, it does come with a front-facing camera. It has a VGA 400 by 600 resolution in stills and video. It shoots 30 frames per second, so not too bad, not too shabby, right? The rear camera is the same camera that you have in the iPhone 4, 5 megapixel stills and a 720p video capture. So, no big improvements there, but that's actually not bad. Wait for the iPad 3, you're going to see a big improvement on the camera itself. And I do apologize if I keep looking down, guys. I have all my notes here so I can give you the factual information, and I'm not just kind of taking it out off my head and messing it all up. Alright, so I was wrong. I actually guessed it was going to be a single-core processor. It is actually the A5 dual-core processor in the iPad 2. It will run at 1 gigahertz, and this is a really cool thing. It sucks the same amount of power as the A4 does. So you're still going to get that 10-hour battery life that the iPad 1 was famous for. We still have the same battery life, but now you have a dual-core processor. Actually a lot faster with a dual core. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out. The resolution of the screen itself stays the same. It's a 9.7 inch with a 1024 by 768 resolution. So that's actually not a big improvement. No need, again, wait for iPad 3. You're going to see a big bump on that. But I think they wanted to keep the price the same. They didn't want to really jump the price up too much, if any, so they decided to keep the same resolution and wait till one more year when the price of these screens are going to come down a little bit more. So, yeah, like I mentioned, there's still a 10-hour battery life, which is awesome. But now this is actually one thing they came out with is actually really cool. It's an HDMI out. Now, you don't actually have an HDMI out port on the iPad. What it is, it's a dongle that they sell, a splitter dongle, for $39. You plug it into the 20-pin connector on the bottom, and it'll have a split, so you can still charge the iPad itself, and on top of that, you'll have a little HDMI out on the end of that dongle, so you can actually stream out to your webcam or to your TV, any media you have. On top of that, all of your apps as well. So that's a really cool feature. So if you're playing Angry Birds, for example, you can actually stream it over to. Oh, there you go. So you stream it over to your TV and play it on your TV. I mean, obviously you're still using that as using the iPod as your controls, but you'll actually be able to visually see it on your HD TV, which is a big plus. I'm psyched to try that one out. With the HDMI dongle, like I said, you can still charge it while you're using it. So you can plug your HDMI in, you can plug your 20-pin connector in, and still charge it. Now they said that you can charge it while using the HDMI. I don't know if you're going to be able to charge it through the HDMI. Highly doubtful, but as soon as I get the iPad 2 and that dongle, I'll try it out and let you guys know more information on that. Now, Apple, they did design a cover, not a case. They were very specific. It is not a case, it is a cover. And what it is a 4-paneled case with magnetics, just slaps right on top of the case. It covers it up, has a microfiber lining on the inside, so when you put it on, you can slide it around. It's actually going to clean the screen for you. But what's even cooler is when you put that cover on, it'll actually shut the iPad down. When you open the cover up, the iPad will turn back on. So that's a really neat feature. They're selling that for $39 for the polyurethane model and $69 for the leather model. So that's actually a pretty nice little cover. So I might be checking that one out too. We'll see. So on top of that, let's go over real quick on the price and models. Now they kept the 16 gigabyte at $499, 32 gigabyte $599, and 64 gigabyte at $699 for the Wi-Fi only model. Now the 3G plus Wi-Fi models, the 16 gigabyte is $629, 32 gigabyte is $729, and the 64 gigabyte is $829. Really cool feature they added too. Well, not really a feature. They actually put the antennas for Verizon and for AT&T all in the one 3G model. So if you were to go online on the Apple website and purchase a 3G plus Wi-Fi model, you can actually take that to either AT&T or Verizon. It is your choice. So if you're on Verizon for a little bit, you don't like them, you can go to AT&T or vice versa. It gives you that option, which is really, really cool. Alright, so that's it for the hardware. It will be launching next Friday from the day of this video on March 11th for the United States. Outside the United States, it will be launching on March 25th. So depending on what your country you're in, if you're in the States, March 11th. If you're out of the States, March 25th. So that's actually, not too far away. I was kind of hoping it'd be today, but do what you gotta do, right? So let's jump into the software now. They actually announced a new iOS 4.3. Now it's obviously going to have dual core support. Alright, it's going to help with all the apps that offer dual core. It's actually going to offer a personal hotspot for the iPhone 4 only though. So if you get a data plan for the iPad 2, you can't use a hotspot. It's only for the iPhone 4. You have a personal hotspot. It comes with Photo Booth. Photo Booth will now be included on all devices that can get the 4.3 update. Alright, so that's a cool little feature. It comes with a bunch of special effects and mirrored images, negatives and different colors. Really, really neat. They were showing it off and I was actually really impressed. Now, another cool thing is this 4.3, it'll actually give you the option to make the little switch on the side of your iPad to either mute or screen rotation lock. So, because some people want to keep it as a mute and not so much a screen rotation lock, so they're giving that option now. You can go into the software and you can change what that switch does. So that's really neat. FaceTime will be coming to the iPad 2 on this update, 4.3, which 4.3 will be shipping with the iPad 2. So I say it'll come with the update, but there's really no update. It'll be shipping with it. So you have FaceTime with the iPad 2. The iOS 4.3 will actually be available for the iPad 2, the iPhone 4, and the iPod Touch the third and fourth generation. So if you have any of those models, you'll be getting the 4.3 update. If you still have the iPhone 3GS, unfortunately you will not be getting the 4.3 update. The operating system you have now is about as high as it's going to get. Okay. Alright, so let's jump into iMovie. Oh, wanted to mention real quick that the iOS 4.3 will be launching the same date as the iPad 2 on March 11th. That's the magic number here, March 11th. Just about everything is launched on that day. Now you have to jump into iMovie. A few little upgrades, nothing huge on it. Yeah, you're going to get a few more things with it. This is iMovie for the iOS, I mean. Not for the Mac. They didn't discuss that today. This is all just iOS and mobile devices. So iMovie, actually you're going to get more things out of it. You're going to get multi-track audio recording. You're going to get AirPlay to Apple TV. Really, really neat. You'll be able to share your videos on HD 1080p through the HDMI dongle if you were to purchase it on your iPad, or hopefully it'll work on the iPhone 4 as well. It's a universal app, obviously, so it'll work on any, if you had it, it's going to upgrade, period. Any device that you can download iMovie on, it's going to upgrade itself. On top of that, it comes with over 50 sound effects for the movie. So it's kind of a really neat thing. These are actually starting to become more and more full-featured apps. A lot more like what you'd find on a full-on Mac. So this one's going to ship for It's going to cost you $4.99 in the Apple App Store. And again, it'll be ready to go on March 11th. Now the last thing I want to talk about is GarageBand. This one actually got me really excited. I actually can't wait to get the iPad and try the new GarageBand app out. They just launched it. Well, they'll be launching it on March 11th. It's a full GarageBand program. You have touch instruments, 250 plus loops, 8 tracks recording and mixing, You can email AAC files to your computer to list them on your PC or your Mac. Guitar amps and effects. It's completely compatible with the Mac version. So what's really cool is if you're working on a Mac version or a song on the Mac version, you can actually import it into your iPad or your iPhone 4, and you can do it somewhere else on the go. Vice versa, same exact thing. So that's really neat. Like I said, it's a full-featured app. They were going on about probably 15-20 minutes on this app alone. Everything you can think of is there. This is basically GarageBand for the Mac put onto the iOS. So I am super psyched for that, and it's only $4.99 in the App Store. That is super cheap for some of these things. So I will definitely be getting that one and having a lot of fun with it. That's again launching March 11th. Now the Apple event itself was not a disappointment. There was actually a lot of stuff to it. The iPad 2 really got me psyched up with all the hardware and software they're offering. And it's launching on March 11th, and I will be there. I haven't decided yet if I'm buying it online or go to the store and get it, but I will definitely be picking it up. And so stay tuned for an unboxing video. Otherwise, it was actually a very eventful event. So, yeah. Alright guys, this is Larry Hendrix for GadgetGrizzly.com, and I will see you guys later.